Being 8,000 miles away from home when your grandma slips into a coma is agonizing. Normally beautiful Italian landscapes deteriorate with the spirit simultaneously. The weather often gets worse as if it too must mourn. I purchased a ticket to Hawaii as soon as they said that Grandma Lynn would be taken off life support. In 37 hours, I was home. She passed the next day. The day she died, I felt the weight of how much I had lost. My irresistibly lovable, admirably courageous, contagiously generous, and sassy as heck grandmother, for sure. But more than that, I lost a lifetime supply of wisdom and history. Not just hers, but mine as well. After all, we're of the same blood. To answer the question of where I came from, it's important to first ask, where did Grandma?
Over the rainbow, bluebirds fly.
Grandma was born and raised in Waiahole, Hawaii, growing up in a home whose legacy would remain even after the destruction of Hurricane Eva. There, tucked on the side of Kam Highway, was Grandma Country's house. The stories about this place have been synonymous with family and happiness, stories that I have been hearing about since I was a child. Grandma would drive down the old Pully Road, dangerous even on foot, to get to these weekend gatherings. Back then, it was the only way to get to the windward side, and well worth it from every story I've heard.
You find me, oh, somewhere.
Grandma attended Waiahole School, an exact 6 miles down the road from Grandma Country's house. It was a distance that she walked every day, making sure that no one forgot. Down the road was her grandfather's store, the Waiahole Poi Factory, which was one of the largest poi factories in Oahu during the early 1900s. Right next door was a neighborhood grocery store run by her mom, and on the very next corner was the spot in which the sweet lady of Waiahole was last seen sitting by the highway selling her papayas. Grandma went on to attend Benjamin Parker School, and 6 years later, so would her 2 oldest grandsons, Brent and Blake. Growing up, Grandma worked hard for her family, first at Eva Brand cleaning chickens, and later at Miss Tanaka's catering service. The later solves the age-old question of where Grandma learned how to cook those delicious meals in the first place. Despite having a hard life, most would say Grandma did well for herself. In the end, she found a kind of happiness that most of us can only dream of. She found Ron, and with him they traveled the world. She indulged in her crafts, always at ease when she was working with her hands. But more importantly, she had her family. It was the ultimate secret to her happiness.
I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them.
So, if you were to ask the people nearest to her what word they would use to describe Grandma, the answers would be as surprising as they are varied. My mom would tell you that Grandma was giving, and in doing so, encouraged you to give as well. Auntie Gwen would say that she found contentment in her later years, while Uncle Mike would say that she was happy. Uncle Miles would call her generous, and Auntie Diane would say that she was welcoming. And Ron, who knew her best of all, would say she had a terrific heart. But if there was one word to describe her, just one, the answer would be simple. Grandma was loved.
Way up high, and the dreams that you dare to, why, oh why can't I
Rest in peace, Grandma. I love you.